Okay, continue towards Monie Avenue. And by the way, I used to live in Monie Avenue for about 25 years. I had raised my family, 5 children, in Monie Avenue. It's got funeral director, solicitor, dentist and hairdresser. This set of shops, they've been here for many years. Looks like they've re-renovated it a bit and it looks quite nice. It was really run down before, but looks quite nice now. And it's all been rented out. A lot of it hasn't been rented out, and so people are occupying it, which is good. I remember many years ago I used to paint watercolor and oil paintings and acrylic paintings, and I used to display them in this window just across here. Make a few sales for the locals, but now it's a funeral director, family operated. Keneally's Funerals, family owned and operated. Tailored options for your personal situation. It's so quiet here. East Hills has always been very quiet, and it's the last suburb before the Georges River. Once you cross the Georges River, it's even more quiet over there. This is about 25 years ago. I used to know just about everybody in this street, but after I went through a divorce I moved away, and I got out of touch with all the neighbours, all the people. Most of the people I knew, they were either neighbours or customers of mine. I used to run a business and I had lots of clients. I had about 250 customers and about 300 cars I used to service regularly, and I got to know all the people in this whole neighbourhood, and that was 25 years ago. Now this is Monie Avenue, and really Monie Avenue I think is the best street in East Hills. It's the best street in East Hills. Everything is so quiet and neat. And I found that people are really lovely in East Hills. I had really good customers. They used to say, Joe, just service my car, do whatever needs to be done, and just send us the bill and we'll pay you. I never ever had trouble receiving payments from anybody. Nobody complained, and everybody was happy with the price, and they were all friendly, and most of my customers become friends of mine. And but unfortunately it all ended when I went through a divorce. It's just one of those things, but I've been retired for quite a while now, 7 years, and it's so interesting to come back where I used to spend so much time, especially in this street, and having met all those people, it feels like another lifetime. See, all you can hear is just birds chattering. See, most people had huge blocks here, like that one there. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 units built on the one lot, because all these blocks are a quarter acre or larger. And that's what they do everywhere. Developers come in, buy the buy these homes, pull them down, and they build multiple dwellings on the one large block. So this is Monie Avenue. 25 years I left. Now, as I'm approaching the house on the right hand side, the white two-story one with a balcony right across the front, that was my house 25 years ago, and I raised my family of 5 children in that house. I built it myself with a building contractor. I used to do a lot of it myself, but all the main heavy building was done by the building contractor. Yeah, that's it there, see? The house I used to live in for 25 years. Where the white car is parked, behind it was a double garage, and I used to do a lot of mechanical repairs in there until the council brought out new laws saying that it was illegal to do mechanical repairs in your own residential area. And then I decided to go mobile, and as it turned out, I was the very first mobile mechanic ever to be licensed in Australia, and I had to get special permission after threatening the Bankstown Council. I'll take them to court because they were trying to prevent me from operating a mobile mechanical repair business. I ended up getting my first license, which was when was it? About I can't remember now. 1985, somewhere around that. I've still got all the licenses from back then, and I just keep it as something interesting to look back on. Yeah, so there's so much changes being made. See, there's that brown house there on the right hand side of the white house that used to belong to a plumber, and his was the first 2-story house built after I added my addition to my house. And since then, all these new buildings going up. Geez, it smells so nice. See all those leaves that's in the guttering, and the rain mulches it up, and it gives it that really, really nice smell. Really smells nice. See, that's what I like about Australia. No matter where you go, what state you go in, or what suburb you're in, I have never seen slums. I've never seen slums. I've never seen homeless people. But when I search on YouTube, every state, every capital city in the US got homeless people. 10 cities everywhere. And I feel sorry for people living in the US, because it's supposed to be a rich country, and yet so many people are unemployed and homeless, and they're living on the streets. Well, in Australia, that is not tolerated. There's always some help you can get from the government that gives you a decent roof over your head and try to help you to get back on your feet. But in America, in the US, and in many other countries, that's just not the case. I recently watched some YouTube videos about the Philippines, And honestly, there's tears in my eyes when I saw how some of those people in the Philippines live in a poverty-stricken shacks, corrugated iron roof, and cardboard walls covered in plastic, dirt floors. It just oh, it just saddens me that why can't they do the same as what they do in Australia? I know in Australia there's lots of problems and faults, and people complain, but really, when you look at it, we don't really have much to complain about, because things are still pretty good. Even the very bottom of the barrel, if you're on government handout, it still allows you to live a respectable life, allows you to be able to go do your shopping where the rich people or the middle class people do their shopping. And there's really, can't really complain. And what I noticed on YouTube, when I watch some of these videos people post on YouTube in different states in the US, the roads are in terrible state. Yeah, the freeways are okay because they take a lot of traffic, but the normal suburban roads, the roads are breaking up. There's potholes everywhere. Everything's just falling apart. Whereas in Australia, no matter where you go, even every suburban street, the roads are kept up to date. There's no potholes. There's everything's neat and tidy. People tend to have a bit of pride in where they live, whether it's a rented premises or whether it's they're owned by them or under mortgage. They keep their places tidy. Look at this. Look how nice and tidy. You got the nice bush, and you got the edges kept nice. Even the council footpath is cut. The grass is cut neatly. Everywhere you go, everything's neat and tidy. And look at that on the other side of the road. There's no bad, dangerous potholes, traps where you can trip and hurt yourself. So as much as I don't like things about Australia, in comparison, I still believe it's the best country in the world in which to live. I don't like the politicians. Some of the politicians who are currently in power, they've taken over from the good works of previous politicians who's done the right thing and got the infrastructure all up to date. The roads are all up to date, and you get some corrupt politicians who's taking over where others have left off. Well, you can see there's the top of the arched bridge. Now that's the bridge that goes across the Georges River. I went across there about an hour ago and I took a video. They're actually working on it, and it was a bit noisy because they had some air compressors or something going, or generators working, very noisy. But in a few months I'll come back again and take another video to see how they completed the footbridge going across the Georges River. Yeah, by the way, this is Henry Lawson Drive. It's quite a long road, and many years ago it was notorious for road deaths along Henry Lawson Drive. People used to be speeding, and when the government clamped down on speeding and raised the speeding fines, it's a lot better now. It just kept it at about 60 or 70 maximum. Very rarely you can go over 80 along Henry Lawson Drive. Well, I'm nearly back to my car. I might just go across the road here if I can. Yeah, okay. There. Yeah, you can see the archway right ahead. That's the top of the footbridge that goes across to the Georges River. Even though Henry Lawson Drive is a fairly busy road, it's still, this area is still considered nice and quiet, very peaceful, and you can have a nice, quiet, comfortable life here. Just on my left, there's a Scouts Hall. At one time I was contemplating of renting that Scouts Hall for my dancing, line dancing or ballroom dancing, but I ended up renting St. Christopher's School Hall in Panania, where my children went to school instead, and it was a better hall and much easier to get to. This one is okay, but the parking is a little bit restricted, whereas the school hall had lots and lots of parking right near the hall, more convenient for dancing. Okay, so here we are back again, almost back to my car. Right here, this is the entrance to the overhead bridge, or the bridge going across the Georges River. This is the entrance, and there's my car, the blue Tarago. Well, thank you for watching so far, and all the best to you all, and until the next video, keep well. Bye bye.